guys, and welcome to Analyze the Play. Today we're going to analyze a combat situation in Battlefield 1 and you're going to see some very advanced video production techniques, so this video will be very experimental to say the least. You will have the opportunity to have your say about the combat situation as well, and on top of that I will give you a few different strategies and I will show you what really happened. The goal of this video is to give you the knowledge and the tools to handle a situation like this when you are playing Battlefield 1. I will show you a game scenario. And someday you will find yourself in a very similar situation on the battlefield. You just spawned on Amir. You already started your kill streak because you already killed 2 guys and you are now flanking the enemy team. And here comes the first combat scenario. Let's pause the game here. Imagine that you are in the combat program from the Matrix. You know, the training simulator where Morpheus fights Neo, but then for Battlefield 1. And here we can pause stuff and I can even give you a different perspective and a lot of other fancy stuff. Actually, I wanted to show you that scene from the actual movie, but for some reason Village Roadshow Pictures didn't want to share their footage. How rude, hey? I even offered them millions, but they still said no. I even told them I have 35,000 subscribers and they just stopped replying to my emails. So I have only one question for you. You take the blue pill or the red pill? Which one will it be? Congratulations, you now get to stay in Wonderland. So I'm going to ask you another question. What would you do in this situation? Think about it for a second. How would you try to kill them? Now you have the chance. Normally you only have a fraction of a second to make up your mind and that's it. You live or you die. Imagine that you're playing as me and you end up standing behind these guys and right now they have absolutely no clue that you're there. In all fairness, I will tell you which loadout that I have on me right now, because you will also know that when you're fighting on the battlefield, right? So I'm using the Automatico M1918 Trench, the Hellfighter M1911, anti-tank mines, 2 anti-tank grenades, a light anti-tank grenade and a hatchet. Since this is the first time that we're doing this, I will make it even easier for you and I will help you with identifying the enemies. We are fighting against 2 snipers, the guy on the left and the guy on the right. The guy in the middle is a medic. If you're good, then you also would have noticed that he just deployed a medical crate, and we all know what that thing does. At this moment I also noticed that the medic has a bayonet attached, but I have no clue yet about the other guys. Now you know exactly what I know at this point. So I will ask my question again. What would you do? And just to make it a little bit more interesting, let me know in the comments how you would have handled this situation. I think we will end up with having about 50 different tactics on how to handle this, so it can be very interesting to read all of those. The first thing that I always do is I try to identify the biggest threat. Right now, in a close range firefight, the biggest threat is the medic. He is most suited to kill me because of his primary weapon. He is more suited for this particular fight compared to the snipers and he has his bayonet to back him up. So it doesn't make sense to attack the snipers first. The first guy that I have to take out is the medic. But how should I do that? I can do the obvious and I can start shooting. The Automatico is a great gun after all, so why not? Well, the moment that you start shooting, all of them will instantly know that you're there and they will turn around. Sure, you can take out one guy and maybe the second one, but then you still have to deal with the third guy. And you don't want to give him that opportunity. In matter of fact, you should never give your enemy the opportunity to fight back. So always try to find a way where you can prevent the enemy from fighting back. So shooting is not the best option, but it's a good backup in case one of them turns around. So, what other options do we have? The handgun maybe? No, because then we have the same problem as before and the Automatico is just a better weapon. What about AT mines? We could drop a few of them, shoot them and then they will all blow up, right? Nope. This will take way too long and you will expose yourself too much. And if they turn around, they will catch you with your pants down. Because you can't shoot back when you're holding your mines in your hands, now can you? So what about your grenades? You could throw all of them and they will blow up, right? Sure, you will definitely be able to kill one guy, and that is the guy on the left. He is zoomed in and he has no clue of what is going on around him. The other 2 guys will notice the grenade indicator and they will probably survive your attack, leaving you exposed and you just gave him the opportunity to fight back. For an attack like this you want to be silent, so that the other guys aren't aware of the fact that you're kicking their ass. And for that we have our melee weapon, the hatchet. It will allow you to kill without alerting the other 2 guys. You can remain hidden and you will still have the element of surprise when you attack the second one and possibly the third guy. The problem is that you are facing multiple enemies and it is very likely that one of them will turn around at random during your attack. So you will have to multitask so that you can counter these odds. And for that you have your grenades, but you will have to use them wisely. Only use them to take out one guy. preferably the one who isn't aware of what goes on around him. And that is our sniper near the sandbags. He is zoomed in and he is probably way too busy to notice the grenade indicator. The odds of successfully killing him are much higher. Try to throw your grenades right before you launch your attack on the medic. This will allow you to attack multiple enemies at the same time, it will reduce the time that you need to kill all of them, and it will increase your odds of success. Let's now see what really happened and try to identify what I did wrong. Are you ready? Okay, here we go.
Enemy shock trooper!
What I did wasn't perfect neither. First of all, it was a poor throw and I should have used the anti-tank grenades instead of the light anti-tank grenade, because that grenade would have killed the last sniper. I have one big problem when I play as Assault. I love to kill tanks like you saw in the Sneaky Bastard video, which you can see over here. And that is why I always try to keep the anti-tank grenades for taking out vehicles, so I was reluctant to use it. It was a mistake, but I've learned my lesson and luckily I got away with it this time. In the end, it turned out to be relatively easy to kill these guys, but be aware that it might be a little bit more difficult when you're fighting on the battlefield, especially when you run into a guy who does this. I hope that you now have the knowledge and the tools so that you can easily handle a situation like this on the battlefield. And on top of that, you can now make a request. If you saw a kill in one of the previous videos on my channel, then all you have to do is write down the title of the video and the timestamp in the comments. And who knows, maybe next week your scenario will get analyzed. By the way guys, the YouTube likes and shares are very helpful to me. If you liked this first video of Analyze the Play, would you mind taking a moment to like this video and to share it with all your buddies? This was Fog of Gaming, thanks for watching and I will see you on the battlefield.